again, Joel, Bisaya reader, and welcome to another video. And for today, before we proceed, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you guys for all your support to this channel. We are more than 400 subscribers now. Wow, it's crazy. I can still remember when I do have less than 100 subscribers, and when I did reach 100, I was really happy. Having 400 or more than 400 subscribers right now really means a lot to me. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Thank you so much for inspiring me to really improve and to grow as a booktuber here. In this video, I'm going to give you tips on how to read books, as many books as possible. This was requested by one of you guys. Thank you so much, by the way, for giving me an idea of what content should I film this one. There are some dogs in their neighborhood, and I would like to really apologize for the background noise. So yeah, I only have 5 tips, but before we proceed to the first one, just a disclaimer: these tips are may not work for you. These are very subjective. These tips work for me, but if it works for me, it doesn't mean it works for you. But you can definitely try it, but I cannot really assure you if it's free for everyone. So I'm just going to share it to you. So the first tip that I'm going to give you if you want to read as many books as possible is, the first one is you need to know yourself as a reader. Who are you as a reader? When I talk about know yourself as a reader, you need to know at the first place, why do you want to read? Right? You're going to read a book because what? You need to entertain, you need to cry, you need to laugh, you need to have some out of this world experience. You need to establish that one first, because it's really important for me personally to motivate you to finish or read the book if you really know what you're looking for from a book itself. For example, if you want something that is unusual, out of this world, some like magical things, then maybe you need to read some fantasy books. If you want some science stuff, you need to go to science fiction. If you want to heart-pumping, fast-paced, mysterious plots and stories, then mystery thrillers are for you. If you want some romance and cheesy feelings, then probably you need to read some romance books. So if you want to cry, then probably you can check historical fiction books. That's it. That's why my first tip is you need to really know yourself as a reader. What are you looking for from a book? What do you want to feel? What do you want to experience? And it's really important for you to know that before you choose the book that you're going to read. For example, I do have encountered some friends, and I tried to ask them, yeah, why won't you just read some books? I can recommend you some. And then they always said, oh, I tried when I was in high school, I tried years ago, and then I was just really bored, or I caught myself sleeping. And then I asked, oh, what book did you read? And then they said it was Lord of the Rings. And no offense to Lord of the Rings, I haven't read that, but knowing Lord of the Rings is really intimidating. It's really thick. The writing style is outdated, and the pacing is kind of slow. That's what I've heard. So there's a lot of possibilities that might turn you off if you just try to read a book based on the hype, try to read a book based on others' recommendations without you knowing who you are as a reader. So that's why it's really important for you to really know who you are as a reader. What are the things you want or you expect from a book before you choose the book you need to read, so that you won't be bored, so that you will be motivated to read, so that you'll get what you are looking for, or you get what you want or what you need from a book. At the end of the day, we read because we need to have an experience. We need to be entertained. So if you're not entertained, if you're not liking the experience, then what's the purpose of you reading the book, right? So that's the first tip. And under this first tip also is that you need to know your go-to genres. So if you already establish yourself as a reader and what you want from a book that you're about to read, you need to do some research on the genres, because again, it will definitely help you moving forward of the books that you need to pick. For example, if you already established that you are a fantasy reader or a science fiction reader, or probably on the categories an adult or young adult and middle grade, then next time if you're going to look for a book that you need to read next, at least you know now, okay, I need to read the fantasy, because the last time I read the fantasy, I was really happy. I was really satisfied of the book that I've read. The second tip is going to be, give yourself time to read. It's self-explanatory. You can definitely not read a book if you don't have time to read a book. Regardless of who you are, if you're a student, if you're working, if you're a mom, if you're a dad, at the end of the day, we always have time to read, regardless of how busy we are. I don't believe that, oh, I can't read a book because I'm busy. We always have time to read. It's all about time management. And also, you need to have lesser distractions, I think. Like, just give yourself an hour a day to read a book without distractions, without social media. Keep your phones away, disconnect from the internet. And also, this is really important. This really works for me. While reading, you need to listen to, like, plug in some noise canceling earphones or noise canceling headphones and listen to background music, reading background music. It just makes you, concentrate and enhance the mood of the book that you're actually reading. So I highly suggest you need to try that one so that you'll not be distracted and you can read a lot. The third tip I have is for you to join some buddy reads or readathons. I personally was able to prove this, that if I am going to join some readathons or buddy reads, I can definitely read a lot of books. The sole reason for this is that we are always motivated. The people who are part of the buddy reads, the people who are part of the readathon, always motivates us to read more, and read more. It's all about being inspired by these people. Just surround yourself by people who read a lot. Just surround yourself by people who read books that you like. So yeah, just surround yourself with people who read a lot, people who read books, and you'll be surprised by the result. So join readathons, join buddy reads. There's a lot of readathons and buddy reads here in the social media. The next tip that I'm going to give you is going to be, don't be afraid to DNF a book. In case you don't know, DNF means do not or did not finish, or did not finish. I always believe, for me personally, I always believe that it's okay not to finish reading a book. Because the first place, I read a book because I want to enjoy it. I read a book because I want to have fun. I want to be entertained. The moment that I am not entertained, the moment I do feel bored, the moment that I am not enjoying the book, I'm just going to not finish it. And it's okay. Don't always say that it's not okay to not finish a book, because at the first place, we read because we need to enjoy it. We read because we need to be entertained. What's the purpose of reading a book at the first place you are not entertained? So yeah, it will just waste all your time. You could have chosen another book which is better and which will make you read faster than just trying to push yourself and force yourself to finish the book that you are not liking or you're not enjoying. Simple as that. And we're down to the last tip. The fifth tip is to read multiple books at the same time. Yep, I always do this. I don't know if this one will work for most of you guys, but for me personally, it does work. For example, it's really common for me to read two books at the same time. Some may say it might distract you or not help you focus on the main book that you're reading if you're reading another book. But for me, it works. It does not distract me. For example, last time I'm reading A Shadow of What Was Lost, and then I was reading The Wicked King by Holy Black. I was reading two fantasy books at the same time, different magic system, different characters, different categories, because the other one was young adult, the other one was adult. I was reading them at the same time, but I was not distracted. I always, like, for example, I tried to read A Wicked King, and then I was just getting tired of it because I don't like the characters, I don't like the mood so far, so I'm just going to place it and then transfer to the other book, and then just try to read it, The Shadow of What Was Lost, and then I just encountered something that, oh, the magic system is kind of confusing, it's giving me headache, so I'm just going to put it down and just go back to The Wicked King and then just continue. And I just caught myself that I finished Wicked King, and now I'm down to the last 50 pages of or not 50 pages, like 150 pages of The Shadow of What Was Lost. So yeah, it definitely works. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching this video, and thank you so much for your support. If you do have some tips to our fellow bookworms, just leave some of your tips on the comment section down below. Let's just have to support each other, help each other to read more books, spread positivity, and please like this video, subscribe, ring the bell, and thank you so much. My name again is Joey, Bisaya Reader, and see you on my next video. Bye bye.